starting to rust and the tire's going flat. I'm not gonna drive her this year anyway. She's needs some new tires and some little bit of fuel work done to the engine return lines. Other than that, she should be set to go. Oh yeah, water pump too. That's the reason why I'm not running it. I don't want a fan to go through the nice new radiator. These tires, no joke, have been on here since 2002 or 2001. Look how cracked they are. They're not very safe to drive. If you look around the firewall, it's cracked. I'm surprised I didn't even hold an air, to be honest. You can even see right there. This one hasn't been on the road since 2014, and the reason, you can see the reason why. It needed a lot of work done to it, and engine work, and we got that done. But once in a while I'm supposed to start it, I guess, because it leaks the fuel back to the tank, and I don't feel like priming it. But you can see when it rains it leaks in because the seal's out on the windshield, and yeah, had a little cracked windshield issue. And yeah, I guess the reason why I like this truck is it's got a 4x4 that works, and bad key that don't work too good and could be a fire hazard. So let's do the weight to start. That's how many miles it's got. It's a 93, 242,000 almost. So let's try with no throttle and see if it stalls, because it might, because it's got an air leak problem in the fuel. Diesels don't like air leaks. Gold plugs are burnt out, that's why. Okay, here we go. Yep. So what you have to do is you have to hold it down at half throttle and then go. There we go. No oil pressure, that's good for it. So there, she runs good. The belt squeals because we got the wrong size belt on there. That's why. Now it's got a high idle thing on it, so when it's cold, it's like 65 degrees out. But it's got a fuel leak out here. But you can see how nice it runs. I got it fixed up really nicely. It don't smoke. Look at this tire on this side here. It's kind of a rust there. Could save it, but whatever. That tire's, because of the ball joint in the front, goes out. Yeah, a bull hit that. We got mad at us. We're chasing cattle. It's a farm truck, you know. With your lock and hub. I got a brand new starter, brand new battery ends, and brand new radiator, brand new injectors. Not a brand new injection pump, we had to advance that. But yeah, if you're wondering, this door opens up beautifully, even though the bull hit it. And the window even goes down too. It's electric windows. But yeah, look at how nice it runs. Then we got this Dodge here. That's turbo diesel. That runs good, but we don't like to drive it unless we have to. Them things are rare. I mean, single cab pickup 5.9. Wish it was a 12 valve. It's not. There's your diesel. Yeah, look at how nice it runs. Everything works. Brake lights, headlights, brakes, air conditioner. Usually on a Ford, that air conditioners don't usually work, but the air conditioner works on this thing. Horn works, which is surprising for a Ford. I know your Ford lovers are gonna be like, yeah. Well, see, this broke off, so we just put electrical tape on it, and that fixed it. Now, this used to be a veterinarian truck, so this is why it has these heaters. They're not hooked up. We bought it from a veterinarian, and it came from South Dakota, but it's originally been here all its life. Actually, one of the guys that used to work for my internet company said his relation owned this truck. So he was surprised it was still alive. He recognized it. I said, yeah, it's seen some better days. I mean, it's old. It's got a lot of miles. We drove this everywhere. Back in the day, you know, 2002 when we got it, you know, we drove it high trips, like high miles, like 200 miles this way and that way, to believe it or not, because we had a Dodge, one like that, a single cab manual 12 valve, and when that quit working, we would drive this for a parts running vehicle over. And it would still go places. You just have to do some upkeep and work to it. The radio works. YouTube don't like radios unless I play it. I don't know what else to describe. I mean, the power windows work. You know, look at that. The only bad thing is about Fords, these plastic things always break off, so then you have to take the whole door panel off to get to it. That's the only bad thing. No one's gonna see if the warm idle would go off here. I'll show you guys how nice it runs here. But yeah, that's the miles it's got on it. It runs good. It always overcharges the batteries though. That's the original alternator when we got it. We haven't done anything to the alternator or the starter. So I just put a brand new starter for $84, and I did a good trick because it didn't have the gear reduction starter on it. It just had a regular cheapie on there, and it was all melted inside because we cranked it too much with one battery. But yeah, it's starting to rust a bit here, you know. But it's a good farm truck, that's all that matters. Like I said, there's my car there, and here's our farm. Like I said, looks like it's supposed to storm today, and I'm not looking forward to it, any storm. I didn't even know that light even worked. Huh. Look at how nice it sounds. I'm not gonna be like some of them people on YouTube with their 7.3 IDI sit there and floor the crap out of it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Because we took care of this thing for many years, and I don't care to sit there and do that like them people. These 7.3s are very hard to find, them IDIs anyway. We're actually looking for a 6.9 IDI. We'd like them 6.9s, but a little story, before we got this one, we had a 6.9 IDI, but it had a bad engine, otherwise we would have kept it. So we got this one instead. That one was a extended cab with red seats. And it looked nice, but it's too bad. Thought she'd probably kick off by now, but well, she will eventually. Right when I stop recording, probably. See, the rear tank don't work. I would love to see that in my vehicles, wouldn't you? I don't even know if there's even fuel in there, to be honest. It's probably no fuel in the front tank. That's the only bad thing. I don't think the gauge works at all. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I really don't know. I haven't put diesel fuel in this since 2014. I'm not joking. And diesel don't get old like gas, so it's no big deal. Then we got diesel treatment in there though too. See, it sounds good. Sounds good. But the transmission is a little bad because reverse. I think the reverse gear, the clutch is going out, but we'll put it in reverse here. Oh, there it goes. There she's idling. Let's just wait a minute and watch. Now that's how a diesel should idle, not just rough. It may hiccup a little bit because it's got a fuel leak, and when diesel gets air in the lines, they don't like to run right. It may smoke a bit too because of the air leak and the fuel leak, air intrusion. Diesels don't like that. We know that for a fact because we had an old combine, a Massey Ferguson 760. We still got over there. You get a half a tank of fuel, and this one may have the same problem. I don't know. It will get air in the lines, and then you'd have to bleed each injector and sit there for about 5,000 years just to get it started again. That's why we quit running it. Okay, if I put in reverse, see if it goes in gear right away. Nope, there it goes. Oh, it did. See, it may be low on power on transmission fluid. Yeah, see, the tack always drops down. See, she backs up. Brakes, they work. Let me back her up a little bit here and show you a little bit around it. Parking. Yeah, that tire don't look good, but yeah, see, I took the hubcaps off of there because we're going to change the tires eventually anyway, but it's not bad. It's rusting a bit there. You know, probably underneath there, around there now. It's been sitting most of the time outside, and we have had hailstorms, and I really don't see any dents anywhere. Some scratches there, but got this nice grill guard on there. Yeah, we might have hit something with it. It's a little bent, but new starter. Right there I put in. She might have a exhaust leak. I mean cut. Okay. But the muffler's falling off anyway, so whatever. I mean, it don't go anywhere anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, yeah, nice that thing runs for a 93. It's starting to smoke a bit because, like I said, it's leaking fuel. It's probably leaking right now as I'm running it, I bet. It leaks out of the return line to the fuel tank. Yep, it's leaking right now. I see it, it's dripping. So anyway, I don't want to run it like that. I could show you in quick here. See how nice it runs? Mismatched batteries, not good, but it's not going to run in the winter. It's got a bad glow plug and stuff. Don't burn oil. Antifreeze is always full. We got to change our fuel filter. That needs to change. Air conditioner works. Yeah, nice that thing works. Really no smoke at all now since I advanced the pump. I moved the pump that way a little bit. But anyway, that's the truck. You know, the 4x4 works, power steering works, you know, and except you just need new tires. And it'd be a nice little parts running truck. I trust driving it. I drove it all over back in the day. You just have to upkeep it. We didn't know if we were going to actually fix this thing because, you know, at the time we got that Dodge and we thought, oh, we'll use that, but then we got that 6-liter gas. Well, my dad's got that, whatever. So we got that truck with 330,000 miles, twice as more as this diesel. But you know, we don't like diesels because they're just so high maintenance. We thought this engine was bad because we don't know anything about fixing vehicles. I'm gonna put it back now. Let's see if we can hit the door on the tree here. So you don't know what gear you're in, you just have to guess. That's a Ford. Alright, we'll drive her ahead here so we can hit the door on the tree there. There we go. Alright. We'll give her one last rev here. See? You know you got a fuel leak at air intrusion when it does that? Now watch here. See, it hesitates. That means it's leaking fuel, and there's air intrusion in the engine. That's diesels don't like that. So, anytime you have a diesel that runs that way, most likely it's a fuel leak somewhere. You got to check everywhere, and sometimes you can't even see it. I mean, it gets air in the lines. It needs new return lines too, so that's part of it. I mean, it runs good and it drives good. I drove it down the road 2014. I was going 70 with them tires, like I was not that good. and thing ran good, ran beautiful. So, you know, you take care of your stuff, like we haven't for quite a while, but we just didn't know if we were going to drive it again. We just actually just didn't think it ran. So now we know it runs, we're going to fix it next year. There's metal. You can see rubber holes where it's wet. So it's rubber to metal. That's where you get that air extrusion from, is right there. And then you look underneath here, the truck hooks pretty good. Transmission's leaking a little bit. Here's the new starter. Transmission. Squeaky thing. Half cut off muffler. But them tanks, them fuel tanks, are not metal. That's just a shield. They're plastic. They've been all replaced to plastic. We replaced them. So there's no metal in there. Rusting and leaking. Tranny's been replaced once since before we got it. Has a new front end, obviously, before we got it. I don't know what happened there. Calipers do not look too good. If you look there, they look pretty unsafe. I mean, look at the brake lines too. They don't look too good. I mean, it's been a farm truck all its life, so I mean, it's not meant for highway use really. It's meant for chasing cattle use. The suspension's shot on here. It's dragging. I'm sure these knuckles here are shot too. I'm sure the wheel bearings are shot too. The ball joints, I don't know. We never even replaced any wheel bearing on this since we've gotten it. I'm sure they're shot. We can see that you can see, but oil was changed in 2011. 242,260. It's got 242,800. So, and so many miles it got on it before she quit working. She's got a manifold leak or something there. You can kind of see oil up there, but it's hard to see. It's on the manifold. There's oil over, but I'm gonna see if I got any holes to fix it, but I doubt it. It says Ford Motorcraft return line holes on there. The frame on this truck is really good. This right here, where it leaks from the rain, is leaking through the floor and it's starting to rust like every other Ford. But other than that, on this truck, everything, the frame and everything is in very good shape. Tranny seal's leaking a bit. Rear end's not leaking at all. I think it's pretty good on this truck. Still fixable. It's still drivable on the road. You just gotta fix the safety stuff like the brakes and the, you know, tires before you can go anywhere. Before you can even drive down the road. I would not even attempt to even license it and drive down the road yet, because I wouldn't trust it. Now with these tires, I just pumped that one up. I'm scared to even pump it up, to be honest. Blow up in my face probably. So I'm gonna attempt to work on that right now. I just thought I'd video that. These tires are all cracked. They're bad. They're shot. They're bad. Alright guys, so I want to explain to you why it still runs rough here. I haven't fixed it yet. If you see these return lines, see it's leaking there and seeping. I just tried to get it on there. It wasn't even on there to clamp, so they need to be replaced. These return and O-rings, I'm sure they're all leaking. I see that little metal thing back there is leaking oil into the intake, make it look like it's smoking. That's why it looks like it's burning oil. That needs to be replaced. Yeah, that screen don't look good. This glow plug here on that cylinder is dead. All the other ones work. They look a little bit cracked, the hoses, so in order for them to run good, and that throttle don't look too good there. So the return line down there going to the tank is Mickey Mouse. That's why it runs terrible. If I can get a fuel line for it, she should run good then. And then we get all 8 new glow plugs, because you should anyway. And it should be running good. Then get that water pump replaced down here. It's not leaking yet, but it's loose, the bearing. Once we get that done, and should be set to go, I would think. I hope.